welcome back to another review video. I know it seemed quite a little bit late to do a review about the X-M5, especially when Fujifilm is now launching the new camera X-E5, which is the interchangeable lens version of the X106. I also tempted to pre-order it as well. But anyway, in this video, I want to share my thought about the X-M5 Fujifilm camera. I will give you a quick review and show how to briefly use it. I also put it side by side with the popular camera X106 for you to see the difference between them. And if you stick around to the end, I will share some tips that you can practice to take more engaging daily photo. Okay, let's jump right in. Okay, so first thing first, I will talk about the side of the camera. As you can see on the screen, right now I put the X-M5 right next to the X106 that I borrowed from Eric. And personally, I think this camera is not small enough for you to put in your hand pocket or jacket pocket because it's still quite large, but the body is still smaller than the X106. The size also depends on the lens that attached to the camera.
Currently, I attach it with the 18 to 55mm zoom lens.
And it's very versatile when travel, but if you carry this one around like hanging out in the cafe, it's quite big. I will show you with the smaller lens, which is the disposable lens from the disposable camera. So this is how it's look like. It's become pretty small, right? To be honest, the grip of the camera is quite small, and even I have a small hand, it not fit into my hand. That's why I using this small leather case give me a better grip when I holding this camera because I'm dropping things quite a lot. And I have the lens 18mm here, so I will attach it to this one.
You can see the X106 is definitely designed more for photo lovers with 40 megapixel, while the X-M5 target content creators who prioritize video and only have like 26 megapixel. On the X106, the top dial are all about photography, like shutter speed, ISO, and exposure compensation, just like a classic film camera. But on the X-M5 is completely different. There's a film sim dial on the left, and on the right, a mode dial with photo, video, and custom slots C1 to C4. I tend to say my favorite film recipe there for quick access. I will show you how to set it up in the later part of this video. If you want to switching from photo to video on the X-M5, it's super easy. Just spin the dial to video or vlog mode and you are good to go. But on the X106, it takes a few extra steps. You have to press the drive buttons, scroll all the way down to the movie mode, and then hit OK to start recording. It's not exactly ideal when something cool is happening and you are rushing to hit the record button, right?
Of course, it cannot lack of the evidence, so I will show you some photo that I took with this camera and also some video that I record with the recipe that I use. I just wanted to show you guys how it's look like.
to start the rebuilding of life. The roads that lay open are many, when the old one's gone under the knife. And I can feel the sun on my skin, beginning to thaw from within.
Mày phải lên rộng 18.
I didn't know I was telling a lie. It's been a long day for sure. How could I resist your smile? Can we move on as before? I could wait for 1,000 years, but it would do us any good. Will you bet if you get the chance? I know I surely would. When you're awake, there's a hole in my heart. Feels like a deja vu. So come back soon, you are my missing part. I know that you'll be you.
Testing.
Okay, so in this part, I will show you how to set up my favorite film recipe on the X-M5 and also briefly explain about the P, S, A, and M mode of this camera and what each of them prioritize.
Okay, let's set the recipe first.
Okay, before we set the custom setting, the very first step, on the film sim dial, you have to set it at the C symbol. If you leave it at anything else, it will override the setting that I am about to show you. Now when it's done, let's get into the menu. Go to the image quality setting tab. Then go down all the way to edit custom setting. Choose your slot and edit the custom name. When it's done, go to edit check and back to IQ tab, then set up your recipe here. Before you edit, make sure the custom name at the top is the name that you choose. Okay, let's start with the film simulation first. For this recipe, the simulation will be the classic negative. Then we go to the dynamic range 100%. Highlight and shadow will be in tone curves tab. Highlight -2, shadow plus 0.5. Color will be +4. Noise reduction +1. Sharpening and clarity will be +2. For me, the important ones for the recipe to give it the right color will be the white balance. For the white balance, you can play with the color mapping in this setting to achieve the specific color that you want. In my case, here is red +3 and blue -4. And so on, you just input all the information from the recipe into the camera setting. When you're done with all the tabs, click back and don't forget to click to save custom setting. So Your setting will be saved into the quick menu. The best thing is this recipe also works for video mode, so you can get beautiful tones straight out of the camera without spending hours on color grading. The only thing I do is just pump up the saturation a little bit in the editing software, and that's it.
So if you are new to photography and you are not really sure about exposure, triangle, aperture, shutter speed, and ISO, don't worry, I got you covered. I have put together a collection of cheat sheets that explain it in a very simple way for you to understand. You can find the PDF file in the description box down below, or you can watch this video to have a better understanding about the exposure triangle.
Okay, first let's go through the indicators on the camera screen. Start from the left. The first one is shutter speed. Second one is the aperture, and you can control it on the aperture rings here on the lens if your lens have it. The third one will be the ISO. To control the ISO and also the shutter speed, you can look for the command dial at the front of the camera. You can also click on it to shift the control between the ISO and the shutter speed, and then spin the dial to the left or the right to increase or decrease the number. If you want to have the better control, you can assign only one value, either ISO or shutter speed, for this command dial dish. Just go to the command dial setting and turn off all the other values except for the one that you want to use. Like for example, I leave it for ISO and shutter speed, and the rest I will leave it at none. And for the rear dial, I still left it as the exposure compensation. On the left side of the screen is the exposure compensation indicator. Basically, if you are in the low light condition, just turn the EV into the positive number to increase the exposure for your picture. And if there are too much light in the plane that you're shooting, just turn it into the negative number to reduce the exposure.
So let's move to the camera setting mode. The first one is P program mode. The camera decided both aperture and shutter speed for you.
This is perfect if you just want to focus on composition and let the camera handle the technical stuff.
I use this P mode quite a lot when I first purchased my Fujifilm camera. So if you are not familiar with the triangle and you want to shoot a good photo, just leave that at the program auto mode. The second one is the aperture priorities. You set the aperture and the camera adjusts the shutter speed for you. It's great for controlling how blurry or how sharpness your background looks.
Next is the S setting, shutter priorities. Shutter priorities mean you are controlling the shutter and the camera pick the right aperture for you. Best key to use this mode is when you want to capture free motion of a moving object like this cyclist, or a blur motion of the objects that's moving like this bird. The last one is the manual mode. The manual mode is that you can take full control of the aperture and shutter speed. It's a bit more advanced to use, but it gives you completely freedom to creating. Let's move to my favorite part, the creative tips for taking more engaging photo with this camera. Let's go to tip number 1, adding the layer for your photo. One of my favorite tricks to add the depth for the photo is framing your subject with another element. You can observe everything around you. You can use the leaf on the trees to cover the side of the lens, or you can use this glass you wear. Be creative with the environment you are in, and you can find something to adding the layer.
These layers act like frame that naturally guide your viewer eyes to the subject in the background. It's almost like you are letting them peek into your work.
And once you start noticing the layer, you can also notice how light itself can create frame and reflection in a surprising way. That led me into the tips number 2. Play with light, shadow, and its reflection. Photography is all about light and its reflection on any surface. The shot of light will hitting things and create highlight and shadow. Reflection are also the hidden treasure that waiting to be captured. It turning the flashing into something dimensional, like the sunlight bouncing on the table next to the window. Your shadow on the ground is like a quiet marking of your presence in this world. Take your time and observe how light reflects on any other surface, and it will shape the story that you want to tell. Once you have learned to see light, you will notice even the smaller detail that make your photo feel so relatable. That leads me into the tips number 3, seeking the intimacy in the details. To be honest, as a side photography enthusiast, I really love capturing these small and candid moments. The detail help me connect more with the moment, or this couple sharing a quiet kiss and lost in their own world. This moment is very raw and natural. It tells a quiet story without needing any direction or posing. It's like a page of diary that I want to revisit someday. And as you notice the little details, you will see how keeping your frame clean and simple can make those small things stand out even more. So that led me into the tip number 4. Notice the isolation. Sometimes the simple frames are the ones that speak the loudest. When you keep your background minimal, especially with nature, like the sky, the open space of the grass field, or the still water. This isolation removes distraction and creates the negative space for the subject to breathe, and even pull the viewer closer. You can allow the viewer to imagine themselves standing there, feeling the breeze and seeing what you saw. Suddenly, it's become their memory too. So tip number 5 is adding the motion into your frame. Don't just take the still shot, bring them to life. You can try to set your shutter speed at 1/50 or 1/60. It's still fast enough to freeze your still subject, but it's slow enough to giving the slight sense of motion to your moving object. Like this photo at the train station, the model stands still as the train rushes by, creating a feeling of calm in the middle of the chaos. Or like this flying seagull, I took this photo at Sober Beach, and the seagull soaring in the sky gives that little spark of light to an otherwise calm scene. It reminds that even one frame can feel like when you find the right freedom to capture it. So which one spoke to you the most? You try out these 5 tips and see how your photo starts to feel different. Let me know in the comment down below. I would love to see what you're excited to try next. Oh, and this camera is perfect for you to capture everyday life, but keep that in mind. It will overheat if you planning to record long hour from 30 minutes to 1 hour duration. This camera is only designed for the short and creative burst rather than the marathon recording session. So if long and continuous video recordings is your goal, I think you may want to look at other bigger gear.
If you are the first time Fujifilm buyer or you are a Fujifilm lover who looking for a second compact camera to travel with it, I think this video will be helpful for you as it gives you a better ideas of how the X-M5 look like in everyday use. Okay, so that point bring me to the end of this video, and I hope you guys will find this video helpful in your decision making and in the ways how to use the camera. I think it's helpful. Please give me a like, and if you can subscribe, and I will give you more information about photography and travel as well. Okay, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.